Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I will be recommending some spooky mangas for you guys to read during the month of October, and the ones that I'm going to be talking about are in no specific order, but without any further ado, let's get started. The first one I'm going to be talking about is I Am a Hero. I'm pretty sure everyone knows about this one already, but let me just tell you guys a little bit about it for those that haven't heard of it or haven't read it before. This story follows Hideo, who is a mangaka artist. He is an assistant to a really well-known mangaka. Although he used to have his series, it was canceled for it didn't sell well. So he decided to go back and just be an assistant, although he keeps trying to release his own manga. One of the things about Hideo is that he has hallucinations, which is his hallucinations are really creepy. But he's a really diligent guy, I guess. He's always trying his hardest to, continue to make his dream come true, which is to be a really well-known mangaka. And so throughout this manga, we get to see him struggle with the fact that he now has to kill people, although those people have already turned into zombies, it's really frustrating. This is what I'm talking about. Like there's a zombie in front of him, and he's just standing there waiting for other people to do something. See, he doesn't even try. And when he does, he feels bad. So if you guys can get your hands on all of the volumes, definitely give it a try, especially if you're a fan of The Walking Dead and zombie things. Totally recommend it. Next we have Zoom 100 Bucket List of the Undead. This is a new one that is currently being released. It currently has 3 volumes. Let's talk about Zoom 100 Bucket of the Undead. Let's go on another direction from the seriousness that is I Am a Hero to a really, really wacky one, and which I really liked. In this story, we follow Akira, he works for a company that really likes to work their employees. They literally have them work at the office for 2 days straight without allowing them to go back to their house, which why? But at the beginning of the story, we get to see how he's like Akira is really excited to be working in that company. But as the years go by, Akira starts to turn into a zombie who is lifeless, and all he does is go to work, and sometimes he's allowed to go back home. One day he notices that he has payment bill he hasn't made in 2 months. So he goes to the manager of his building, I think, and that's when he sees the manager eating someone. So instead of panicking and being like, what is going on, he makes a run for it. But he keeps saying this, and then he gets so happy. I mean, look at this. You're so happy you don't have to go to work. You completely forget there's zombies chasing after you. That's amazing. So throughout this story, we're going to see him fill in his bucket list, which at first it starts with 32 things he wants to accomplish, and as the story and volumes go on, we get to see him add more things he wants to accomplish. The thing, I really like this one because compared to I Am a Hero, this one, like I said, it's more on the fun side. It's a more relaxed type of story, although like in every zombie movie, book, and story, we get to see evil people doing evil things. Each volume has its own different type of conflict to the story, and it really has you at the edge of your seat. The author Haru Aso is handled the humor and the seriousness of the story well. So it's a well balanced type of story where we have a serious side to it, but we also have the wackiness to it. Give Sum 100 a try and let me know what you guys think about this one. Of course, this wouldn't be a video about scary manga without having some Junji Ito. This one is, oops, you guys can't see it well. Junji Ito, obviously the master of scary and creepy stories. This one is the first collection of short stories, and I think this one has eight short stories. Look at this, so creepy. This one. Anyways, I got distracted. So this one has 8 short stories. Those are the names. I won't be going into detail about each and every one because this video will be super long. But my favorite ones were Tomio the Red Turtleneck, Dissection-chan, Blackbird, and Whispering Woman. The first one was weird. The second one, I didn't quite understand what was going on. This is the second one, Wooden Spirit. I have no idea what happened there. This one, Tomio the Red Turtleneck, is about a guy that used to have a girlfriend. He broke up with her, and the story starts with him walking in town, just holding his head. So, why is he walking like that? So as the story goes on, we get to know the reason why, and it has to do with his new girlfriend. So he's basically going to literally lose his head if he doesn't hold it in place. So if you want to know why is that, give this one a read. This one is the other story that I really like. She wants to get dissected, and the ending to that story is it creeped me out, and the detail. I mean, Junji Ito adds a lot of detail to his drawings, and the ending to that one, the detail that went into that ending, it was nasty and creepy, and I don't like it. I mean, I like it, but I don't like it. Am I making any sense? Anyways, I think this one is a really good way to start reading Junji Ito. The stories are not too long. I really like this. Let's remove the cover. I really like how it looks inside. Okay, that's Fragments of Horror by Junji Ito. It wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't talk about BL, so okay. I'm really sad because I don't have a physical copy of this one, every time I go to Barnes and Nobles. Volume 1 is out of stock and Amazon doesn't sell it anymore, and it's pretty much out of stock in every store. Hopefully I get to find volume 1 first. Currently there's only 2 volumes out. The following manga I want to talk to you guys about is MDK. In this story we follow Makoto, who has some really interesting and unique habits. He apparently likes to keep dead animals in his room. He also likes to have books about how to summon demons and all that stuff. So one day Makoto is performing a ritual on how to summon a demon, and although he says that this stuff never works, to his surprise it actually works, and in comes Demon J, who is super excited to be doing his job. So when he shows up, he tells Makoto, tell me your biggest desires and I will make them come true. And what Makoto says is, I want to eat the intestines of a demon. And I mean, okay, but even Jay, a demon, is like shook, is surprised, and he's like, okay, I could make any wish come true and you're asking for that, really? But then comes the day when Makoto tells him, I'm satisfied, you can go ahead and take my soul. When that happens, you would think that's the end of the story, and no. Turns out Jay took a liking to Makoto and his super twisted personality, and so he decides to take him to hell, and he tells Makoto, I'm going to turn you into a demon. So this one it's quite good. The premise, from what I told you guys right now, you might think it's weird, which it is. Yes, it's really weird, but as you go on to read it, there's a bigger story within this one, because we get to see Makoto kind of struggle in a way to maintain his human side while he's trying to turn into a demon. But we are also trying to figure out who Jay is, because when he's with Makoto, he has this cute side to him, but everyone else in hell, everyone's like super scared of him, and Makoto wants to find out why. And honestly, I also want to know what's going on with Jay. Another thing is the art in Madke is super beautiful. I mean, let's take a moment to appreciate this panel. I love it. The wings are amazingly drawn. Due to the fact that I cannot find the first volume anywhere, I had to read it in pirate mode. But once I get to have the first and second volumes in physical copy, I'm going to reread it because I really like this story, and I hope you guys give it a try. Please keep in mind the warnings that I gave, because it can get really gruesome and really nasty at some parts. But just keep in mind the warnings, and please do police yourself. Please don't read it if you are underage. It has some really, really dark, twisted things you shouldn't be reading. But I mean, I'm not your mom, but do read with caution. And let's move on to the next one. Total Eclipse of the Heart. Oh, can you guys see Genos? Right there. If you guys see the camera moving a lot, it's because I switched to record with my iPad. My phone all of a sudden decided to not work. It's not recording anything. I had to record the last part on my iPad as well. That's why it's a little bit shaky, because I spent like 6 minutes talking about MDK on my recording with my phone for me to realize nothing was being recorded. So I'm sad. But let's move on to the next one, which is Total Eclipse of the Heart. This is by the same mangaka that did Go For It, Nakamura-kun. The difference between this one and Nakamura is really cute and a really fun story to read, and this one is more on the dark side. So in this story we follow our main character by the name of Hoshino. I had to check. Hoshino is a high school student who keeps having this really weird dream where he sees another boy being killed by a person he calls sensei. So his dreams really creep him out, but one day when he goes to school, there's a new student in his classroom, and there's this type of connection that Hoshino and this new student have. There's kind of like an attraction. In this story we follow two timelines, one that's on the past and the present. So in this story we see how the past and the present connect, because due to this connection Hoshino and this new student have. So I don't want to tell you guys more about this one, or else I'll be giving the story away. But just to let me try to show you guys. I'm holding my iPad with one hand, so let's the art is just like Go For It, Nakamura-kun. In this one there's a serial killer. It has to do with a serial killer. I think I just gave that one away, but you have to read it to see what connection they have and how the past and present connect. And yeah, I mean it's a really good story. I like it. It's short. It's a one shot. So, and the book is not fat. It's not thick. You could read it in an hour or so, and yeah, I really recommend it.